I'm the early childhood teacher here at Kooloora Preschool, attached to Tukli Public School. We're one of only 11 Aboriginal identified preschools in New South Wales, and I'm a proud Kamilaroi woman.
I'm a proud Guringai woman. I'm the Preschool Learning Support Officer here at Kooloora School, and my passion is to work with children and to help add to their backpack of experiences that they bring, usually from their cultural background. And I enjoy being that smiley person that they see to greet them of a morning. Along with my family members, we feel it's very privileged to be able to work in education. That's our passion, to be helping spread that, the right information, getting the correct information out there.
The reason I love to work here at Kooloora Preschool because it is identified as an Aboriginal preschool, and I get to work with Aboriginal women just like myself, and I find that very important for the Aboriginal culture and for teaching Aboriginal culture to preschoolers.
We aim to offer a non-judgmental, inclusive, safe and culturally appropriate environment for all children in our community. Currently, our total enrolment is 40 children over the week, and we have 11 Aboriginal children in attendance. We have a variety of ways that we attempt to engage Aboriginal families within our service and to get a higher enrolment of Aboriginal families. We have brochures that we put out in Eleanor Duncan, the local Aboriginal Community Health Service. We engage with the local Aboriginal supported playgroups that are run by Burnside, and also their multicultural playgroup, so we can attempt to connect families from a young age so they know about our service. And we also connect with the school playgroup and attempt to find families within the school that are Aboriginal and may have younger siblings coming through and make ourselves known to them. Family and community are valuable sources of information here for us, and we invite elders to visit the preschool. We have community didge and dance groups come, and we connect children to the community that way. We fly the flags of Australia, the Aboriginal flag and the Torres Strait Island flag. We have the Aboriginal flag on our path, so as you walk into our preschool, you can identify immediately that we are culturally sensitive to Aboriginal families, and they can connect to this as an Aboriginal preschool. What we have done with the Dilly Bag kit here at Kooloora Preschool is we have put a note out for parents that we're interested in learning how to work with us to implement the program. So we're actually teaching the parents how to read the stories with their children and getting them to work on the craft activities with the children here at preschool. Cultural identity is part of our everyday practice. There are two main language groups that are in our region, Darkinjung and Guringai, and we use the languages in songs, in games, in displays of children's artwork to familiarise them with the language. We also use a lot of materials from the environment in our art and craft work, and we connect children to country. We've recently had our preschool outdoor environment refurbished, as well as the inside. But on the outside, we particularly wanted to focus on creating a natural play environment for the children. We didn't want artificial grass or soft fall, so we have built a dry creek bed with river stones that the children just love to play in. We also have bush rock that the children carry around from place to place within the playground. They use it to make campfires, they use it to make fairy gardens, they use it for all sorts of things in such imaginative ways that we couldn't even have thought of initially. And they take the little stones out of the dry riverbed and make nests. So they're very connected to the environment, and they just love to play in that outside area. We have lily pillies on the trees that the children pick, and they become all sorts of things. They become fairies, they become, they actually use them for bush tucker food, and they pull paper bark off the tree to use them as coolamons, and they walk around with the bush tucker and the coolamons. So they're really connecting to their environment, connecting with what we've taught them about Aboriginal culture and bush tucker. The choice of plants that we've put in our garden are all native plants. Most of them have some value as either bush tucker foods or medicinal foods, or were used to make baskets. So the children have been involved in the whole process of developing the garden. They know what each plant is for if you can ask them about it. We've discussed the importance of learning based on the children's interests and having a strengths-based program, and how we feel the children here at Kooloora learn best through play, but through play that's linked to their interests. And that's being followed through in the kindergarten classrooms. Now the kindergarten teachers are looking at what interests the children have and providing play-based experiences to extend on this interest. We use intentional teaching and learning on a regular basis at preschool. If a child has a particular interest, we will follow through on that, and we find it is a way that really engages them and extends their learning. And often one child's interest will become a whole group interest. An example I can give you is a child's sister had a broken arm, and she bought an x-ray in of her sister's arm. We put this on the light board for the children to view, and they became very interested in skeletons and bones. We got the children to draw pictures of themselves as a skeleton. We have these on display, and we've labelled the body parts both in English, Darkinjung and Guringai language. So we've included some Aboriginal perspectives into that interest also. This interest later morphed into an interest in dinosaur skeletons and bones, and that just took it up to a whole new level of learning. But it shows how children's interests from home, or things that are happening at home, can be used in a way that extends their learning, and we've used this as an intentional teaching method to use our knowledge to extend the children's knowledge. We use technology to complement our activities that we do at preschool also. Recently we made some Morning Star poles as a craft activity. Now Morning Star poles are used in the Torres Strait Island in ceremonial dance. So we used cardboard cylinders and string and wool to make ours, but we also looked on our smart board of how they were made traditionally. We looked at a ceremonial dance involving the Morning Star poles, and we also looked at the Australian Art Gallery site where they have Morning Star poles on display in the art gallery. So that's just an example of how we use technology with hands-on experiences within the preschool. I just find that so rewarding, is to be able to offer the children that have no access to it at home some sort of access to using the technology, and how excited they get about using it.